The last YouTube tips video I did popped off, so here we are again. Hey everyone, it's Kiana. Welcome back to my channel if you're new. Today I'm bringing you part 2 of the YouTube tips video I did a couple weeks ago, which low-key popped off. Thank you. A lot of you guys liked that I didn't give tips that were super basic and it actually helped you. So I'm here to give you 6 more equally beneficial tips that I think can help improve your channel. So I know you guys aren't here for me, so I'm just gonna quickly say, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have not already, share this video if it helps you, and yeah, let's just jump into the video. Okay, first tip, cut out all the unnecessary pauses, breaths, rambling, the ums, the uhs, the likes, and the, you know that sound I'm talking about? You know, I hate hearing it. You can get away with all those little noises and pauses and stuff when you're vlogging, because obviously vlogs are meant to be more natural. But especially if it's a sit down video, I personally recommend cutting them out. If you look on it from an analytics, I guess, point of view, as a small creator, you need to capture as much attention and provide as much value before someone clicks off. So when you leave all those long pauses, or you're just rambling about things that literally have nothing to do with anything, you're just leaving room for someone to click off your video. And y'all know, with how everyone's attention span is nowadays, that literally you need to avoid that as much as possible. So my rule of thumb is, if you wouldn't listen to it, just get rid of it, because it's probably unnecessary. If it has nothing to do with any value being added to someone watching the video, get rid of it. Which brings me into tip number 2, re-watch your video before you upload it, guys. I've seen so many videos where people upload it and they're just mistakes in the video because it shows that they didn't catch that. Normally, people that subscribe to you, I don't think many people call that stuff out. I feel like it'd kind of be like, yo, what the hell if someone was to do that? But yeah, if you're a person that adds graphics, text, any effects to your video, just try to ensure that the position of the effect comes in when it needs to come in. Part 2 of this tip that I'll say, when you're rewatching your video, try to watch it as if it's not even your video. So try to watch it from a third point of view, which will allow you to help judge it objectively as opposed to getting all emotional about it, right? So like I kind of mentioned in tip 1, when you're rewatching that video from an outward point of view, if you, that external you, wouldn't watch it, why should I watch it? Get rid of it, you know? My third tip for you guys, and I feel like you guys are gonna underrate this tip a lot, if you're not in the mood to film, just don't film. Unless you can pull that fake good energy from your back pocket, do not film if you're not in the mood. And you need to also consider, why is it that you don't have the energy or you're not in the mood to film a specific video? I'm not talking about when you're in a creative rut in general. I'm talking about when there's like a specific video or set of videos that you don't want to film. Is it because maybe you're scared? Is it because you want to top the last one and it's just intimidating you and causing stress? But to go back to the main point of this, if you're feeling dull, mopey, sad, whatever, and especially if you're the type of person that's usually giving bubbly, peppy, upbeat content, the low energy, guys, it shows. Unfortunately, it shows. And sometimes, guys, it can end up just being a waste of your own time. There are a lot of times where I film something and I just knew I wasn't in the mood to film it, and when I'm editing the video, I'm like, oh my god, this is trash. And then you kind of have to make that choice between, are you gonna put out a video that you know isn't your best work just to have a video up, or are you gonna have to sit and refilm this video? So honestly, if you're not in the mood to film a video, I highly recommend just assessing why you don't want to film it and just try when you're ready. All right, tip number 4, editing is everything. Big disclaimer, I'm not telling you that you need to have fancy edits and graphics and all that stuff. I'm more so talking about the effort. Editing techniques can help bring a very dull video and make it something great. A sit down video like this, there's a reason why you see a lot of texts being popped up and all over the place. I know I'm not Catherine Manning, for example, so if I really want to prove to you that I know what I'm talking about, I need to keep you as engaged as possible. So I'm gonna edit the shit out of this video so that I can capture your attention long enough for you to realize that what I'm saying makes sense. Anyways, the main point, put some effort into your editing. In terms of how to come up with your own editing style, I highly recommend starting off by looking at some of the creators that you like to watch, even if they're not in your niche. Let me very much stress that. You can get a lot of inspiration on editing styles from people that are not in your niche, and then adapt, not copy, but adapt those techniques into your own editing style. Tip number 5, kind of similar to tip number 4, thumbnails. I would argue that thumbnails are more important than even the editing process of the video. And I'm actually going to go a bit in depth with this tip because of how important I think it is. Now, if the title for your video isn't super clickbaity, then the thumbnail needs to really pull people in. It will determine if someone even bothers to click that video, which will then improve your CTR, which will then improve the likelihood of YouTube recommending your video to someone else. So let me break this tip down into 4 sub tips. First sub point, consistency. You guys kind of need to be consistent with the theme, the overall theme of how you design your thumbnails. I don't really know how to explain this, so I'm just gonna put some examples up, just kind of similar formatting with how your thumbnails look so that your channel kind of looks cohesive when someone goes on your page. Tip number 2, it honestly is about visuals and aesthetics. I'm not gonna put any ugly thumbnail examples for you guys. I just think that's mean, but I'm sure you've looked at a thumbnail before and you're like, yo, this is ugly as hell. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm mean. A big tip I'm gonna give to you guys is thumbnails with faces, multiple faces, do a lot better. I'm gonna use myself as an example. So on this side, I'm gonna put one of my older thumbnail designs, and on this side, I'm gonna put the current design that I use for my thumbnails. If you realize on the new ones that I have, I now use 2 pictures of me in any of the corners, and then I put myself big and bold in the center. Guys, my CTR rate has tripled. Why? Because my face is all over that thing. The day I changed my thumbnail design to that is the day my CTR tripled. So it's not a coincidence. And it's stayed consistently high since then. All right, final sub point under this tip is to kind of plan your thumbnails either before or during filming. So for my sit down videos, I always shoot my thumbnails first just to make sure I don't forget. If you forget to get your thumbnail and you're just relying on making sure there's a point in the video that you're smiling and you look nice enough to capture a thumbnail screenshot, also it just isn't as good quality, and that's on banana bread. All right guys, my final tip for you, quality over quantity, but also quantity. When you're just starting out on YouTube, people always like to say, you know, in the first couple of months, you need to push as much content as you can out. If you don't put any effort in your video, even if you're posting day after day after day, why am I gonna watch it if you don't even show effort? Once again, this is extremely important for people that are trying to produce informative videos. The quality in terms of the content needs to be great, and quality just means effort. So whether it's effort in the content being provided, whether it's effort in how you edit the video, you just need to put some effort in your video along with the quantity. So at the end of the day, guys, to summarize, people are watching YouTube for entertainment or education, and you need to be providing one of those to the best of your ability. So be yourself, put some effort in, take it seriously if that's what you're trying to do, and just let the algorithm do the rest. All right guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.